I yell at Isaac when he's not playing in our open, so he at least knows who I am. He's that guy that yells at me. Okay.
Nice. As long as you have some sort of connection, even if it's negative, I guess that's better than nothing at all, right? So thank you guys very much for being patient during all that. Obviously, we don't control the pace of this tournament. We're just grateful that we were allowed to be along for the ride. So thank you guys very much for your patience. We have a pretty hype fucking match, though. It's now Fear versus PandaBearMe. So let's get this shit started. What team does PBM play for? I should know all this, but I suck.
PandaBearMe is Root.
All right, our player from Root in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. It is PandaBearMe. I need to pull all this shit up, dude, but you know how short-term memory and all that.
I hear you. And in the bottom right, our red Protoss representing dead pixels. It is Fear.
Nice. I've been advertising your channel on the mainstream. Awesome. I hope we don't get in trouble for that, but I appreciate the shout out. Like, as long as we don't get in trouble, I love you. Also, Maneliki says that was a sick animation. Dude, I got more of those for you. Stay tuned. I'm trying to play one before the game, but I got 5 of that new hotness for you guys today. And one of them I'm saving till later, too. So.
Saving until later because, yeah, exactly.
But we're allowed to cast all day, so we're going to bring you guys as many games as we can. I think there's probably only a few more series, right? Like, or how is this going to go?
This is supposed to last, according to the schedule, the round of 32 doesn't end until 9:30 Central, which is 10:30 Eastern.
That's ridiculous.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. All right. So pretty standard off on the Protoss side of things. Nothing too crazy, but I'll let the Protoss expert talk about that. I know Zerg.
I don't know about that.
The Zerg is very standard. What do you got going on? The second gas?
A Nexus first out of Fear. Talking about foregating, and then he's opening Nexus first.
Oh god.
Feels good, man.
The mind games, dude.
Feels real good.
The mind games.
Feels terrified, to be fair, but we'll have to see if Fear can make it work. A lot of times this map will tempt you to be greedy, but you can get punished because of how difficult it is to wall at the main ramp, and you see he's putting a wall at his top of his main, so walling the low ground will take even longer.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see what he decides to do behind this. We do have the Cyber Core coming down, so that should help out with it a little bit. But he's not doing anything on the bottom. Like, he's not walling down here at the natural. He's choosing to do so.
He doesn't need a pylon just yet. He's gonna start one about now.
Yeah. Oh, damn! Look at this, dude. Fucking expert right here. But yeah, that's the only thing that was weird to me is a lot of players will just start it out down there. But I guess if you get rushed, you're kind of screwed. So I kind of see why not.
Well, he wants to play greedy, but he also doesn't want to get all in because he mentioned 4-gate possibility, and if PandaBearMe decides he wants to open fast pool and make a bunch of lings, there's really not much he can do about the low ground wall if he loses his only pylon on the low ground.
So do you think the mind game 4-gate trolling actually fucking came into effect here? Kind of, huh? No?
I don't necessarily think so. PandaBearMe didn't seem to do anything completely unusual. Now, he did do some proxy scouting with his lings, and he's still kind of running around getting some scouting information.
Yeah.
Making sure there's nothing crazy going on. Now, he hasn't actually been into the main base of Fear as yet to see, but these slow lings are going to go down very quickly. Very good micro from the Adept to make sure these lings never get in the main base, because we do have a Stargate opener that will be scouted about now, should be. Yeah.
Let me check his vision. Yeah, he definitely is well aware of that. I imagine we're about to get spores coming down everywhere to prevent that Oracle from coming in. And that wall that I was kind of talking about is coming up for Fear, so he'll prevent any crazy run-bys or anything. PandaBearMe's side of thing, he has his third up too. Sorry, go ahead, man.
This is exactly the same kind of build we saw out of Hostum on this map versus Nero. It's the same Oracle into Glaives Adept. It's the new thing on
That's
Korea.
That new hotness, or what?
That is the new thing, and you have to have some really good control to make it work. But he's actually only getting one Oracle, and he's making a Stargate, and he's making a Phoenix behind it, because he wants to start denying some map vision, start killing some Overlords.
Okay.
And the Adepts right now are just on the low ground to make sure their third base can come down, just to defend the probe and defend until pylons are finished. And he actually still hasn't made a mothership core, though.
Yeah, there's spore down in each mineral line, though, so he shouldn't take too significant losses here with this Oracle. It does burn down really quickly 2 drones, but that's not really like that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. Behind this, though, Resident Glaives is finishing up, and as you said, he is starting to get that Phoenix play rolling. I only saw one came out, or was there more than that being produced?
I just saw the one.
Okay.
It looks like he's just for scouting and sniping purposes. Now, the Lings want to come and try to deny this base, but as long as these Adepts are here, it's going to be very difficult for him to do that. Mothership core, again, still not on the way. Glaives are about halfway done, so if pressure as an option will be there. We do have Virtual and Hydralisk as a response out of PandaBearMe, so he appears to recognize this build sufficiently to respond with Roach Hydra.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say we got the layer up as well, and the Hydra's coming out. One thing we haven't seen at all, though, is any upgrades. So it's a bit interesting, and it's kind of weird to me to see that he's not even going for +1 missile attacks or anything just yet. But,
well, he's only just starting an Evo chain.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. You know, 5 minutes into the game. So
just playing greedy.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Trying to get that third up and rolling and stuff. So I'm not trying to question someone who's playing at WCS Austin. I just thought it was weird that he's absolutely not going for them. But I'm a shitter, so you know, that's, you know, of course he's not doing what I thought he would do, dude. I play at like a much lower level, but either way, man, some aggression coming in with these adepts.
There's not nearly enough army to hold this adept force.
You don't think so, huh?
Oh, I don't think so, but the adepts couldn't shade in to scout that. There's not very many roaches with these to back these lings up.
Yeah.
But basically what's happening right now is PandaBearMe is forced to make a lot of units instead of drones. He's only sitting at 50 drones right now. Yeah. So you see, he's still making drones, but he's having to make a whole lot of units.
Bly vs Lambo on the mainstream, Fear vs PandaBearMe on the Nidus. Not sure what is on Base Trade /Gauntlet/Wardy. There are currently 5 English streams live. Damn, look at this guy out here.
Base Trade is casting Mana vs Vibe right now.
Mana vs Vibe? Okay. Damn, that would be a hype series.
Right? It's the one I wanted to get into, and Base Trade called it, and I'm like, dang it. Okay.
Yeah. That's alright though, man. We knew it was gonna happen.
One day
we
when
called
we
it out at
like,
yeah, exactly. We'll start elbowing people out. This is our series, nah.
It's like one day when Rifkin gets all that dirty esports money he can deal with and retires.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's gonna take for us to fucking get a priority. But either way, these adepts coming into this third, they should be able to shade in here and get a little bit of damage. But
Army's out of position, but they're gonna be able to get there fairly quickly. Adepts are gonna complete the shade, and the roaches are there to intercept.
Yeah, so that'll start getting cleaned up rather convincingly. A couple focus firing and start working down those adepts rather quickly. He does take the shade on out of there.
Only 2 drones went down just now.
Yeah, that was very well played.
Shade to the main, but only 2 drones. Now he's going to pick up a couple more here as the army was out of position to deal with it, but the Hydralisk rally from the X are going to be very much sufficient to shut this pressure down.
Yeah.
And that's really the first amount of damage that Fear's been able to get done, but look at the worker count. 73
Holy
probes.
Shit. Yeah, I didn't even see that.
He doesn't have a 4th base up yet. He's got enough to have saturated 4th base right now.
The second it pops, yeah.
He is like on top of his production, but he still doesn't have a 4th yet. I'd like to see him drop one. I mean, it's a little bit early, but with that many workers, I feel like why not? Oh, don't lose your vehicle. Okay.
Right, Joel.
So I got
thank
really
you for the follow.
For him right there.
Sorry, I was just trying to thank my man for the follow. We definitely appreciate that. But yeah, man, we're starting to get into a little bit of a mid game here. We have Baneling Speed coming down, a bunch of Immortals being made. Templar Archives is down as well. So we're starting to see a little bit of a transition here, but I don't know. That was pretty insane that Fear was able to pull ahead in Econ like that. But Bly has managed to catch up now that that 4th is up and running. So it's not like he's out of the game or anything. He tied it up there.
Yeah, that's the great thing about the build is that.
Oh wow, Bly, fucking PandaBearMe. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That was my bad.
The build that PandaBearMe opened was a very defensive build.
Yeah.
And Fear, because he didn't commit with the adepts and just kind of made them, left them at home, allowed them to stay alive, just shading and threatening. It forced a lot of units out that were definitely necessary to defend the initial adept push. But at this point, Fear has enough of an army at home that even if there had been an instant counterattack, I think he would have been fine. Because look at this, we're sitting at 6 Immortals, is that?
I feel like PandaBearMe is almost on a timer, though, because once these storms finish up, a lot of his army is going to be almost negated. So I feel like he needs to either kind of transition out of that or attack, because this is going to be really hard to get a lot of damage done with this ground-based comp into Storm. He does have Bane speed and a lot of Bane, so maybe that can help out. But if those force fields are money, as we saw earlier in the day, that can take out the Bane. So, oh, Storm's not done yet. Here's his window,
Storm isn't
dude.
done yet, but as soon as it's done, we have 4 High Templar with Storms available. So it's basically, if what it's going to come down to is PandaBearMe is going to have to get a really sick tree split and attack from more than one angle, because as soon as those storms come down, and there it goes, he pulls down, he doesn't lose very much to that first storm, so very good play by PandaBearMe trying to bait those storms out. We do have the Banelings forcing in. They will take down one of the High Templars. Charge in. Not very many Banelings in the front, being very good at pulling these Banelings back out of the storm. The Banelings aren't even the ones taking the storms, and ideally that's what you want, is you want the Banelings to take
Oh, here he goes. He was playing so patient, but he finally sends the Banelings in. Yeah, they found a lot of damage. They're going to be able to clean this up. That was very well played from PandaBearMe.
So less than ideal, but there's still so much army on the ground, focusing down high Templars on the right. The storms aren't going to go off. Very, very good pick from PandaBearMe. Able to take down all those high Templar, and he's up to 74 drones already transitioning.
Yeah, he played that so well. He was patient as hell. He held out as long as he could, and he attacked at the right time, man. And even with good force fields, he still found pretty good connects on those Banes and was just able to push on through, man. Very well played. Very well
Isaac
played.
hype. That was a super good game.
Yeah, that was nice. Very nice. All right, so
sitting here rocking in my chair like that was so good.
that was pretty nice. We'll have to see what map number 2 is. They didn't.
That game was worth the wait.
Yeah, definitely. That polo though, hey, fuck you, man. Sure was like, I'm gonna wear a collared shirt, so I was like, damn it, man. You mean I can't show up with my McRibbed shirt this time around? Like, I gotta actually dress up for you
Wear it
guys?
underneath.
Like, all right, I'll
like
do
you
it.
should pull it up. Like, I got it still, man.
Yeah, seriously. Oh man, that's all right. I got PJs on underneath though. I'm wearing a polo and PJs because that's how we do on the Nidus, man.
I'm wearing a button-up shirt and gym shorts.
Business up front, party down below, dude. Captain. So both of these players.
That how you will.
Yeah, seriously. I'm implying whatever you want by that. So the next map will be Cactus Valley. We're waiting for both players to ready up. Looks like we are good to go. I repeat, we are a go. Isaac. More or less what I'm actually gonna tweet. All right. Let me put the score up, and we will get down to it. Our player from Root in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. It is currently up 1 point in this best of 3, by the way. It is PandaBearMe. And in the top right, our blue Protoss. He is Dpix's Fear. Critter says, sorry, I thought I clicked on a Battlefield stream. Dank memes, friend. Nice to see you in here. What's up, Carter, Maneliki? All the boys are in here, finally. Thank you guys for leaving us muted while you are watching the main stream. We definitely appreciate that. And every viewer counts. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we do appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you guys very much. But let's look at this. It's going to be a standard opening from our Zerg player. And nothing too crazy. No Nexus first this time around or anything. Because it's a 4-player map, he's going to be a lot more greedy. And just kind of chill. Or I guess it's not being as greedy. Yeah, like
it is less greedy. This is a safer build. The funny thing about Newcook is everyone expects aggression, so they play safe.
Yeah.
Fear got away with a Nexus first. This game, he's like, okay, I know what I did last game is super greedy. Let's not play super greedy and just lose this game, because he's already facing against an opponent on match point. He does not want to go by being too greedy.
Yeah, you're right. It makes a lot more sense at this point to kind of slow your roll and play a lot more standard and just try to tie things up here. So mainstream on a projector, and this is on my main screen. Mainstream is set very low volume on a different sound system. Fucking hero,
wow,
dude.
Man, you were that setup.
Yeah, this guy right here not only has a sick fucking streaming setup, but he's been hanging out with us all day. So thank you very much for that, Nespalas. I'm sorry that I probably butchered your name, but we appreciate the love, man. You've been around all day, so thank you. Thank you. But Fear drops his expansion, so it's not going to be anything too crazy, and both players just kind of posturing up. I was interested to see whether or not PBM was going to do something all cheesy and just kind of flood him or anything, kind of move on to the next game. But it's nice to see that he's taking it seriously, too, and kind of playing a bit of a standard game, at least so far. I guess he could technically still turn this into a flood or whatever, so.
PandaBearMe definitely likes his defensive play, but he is really good at hitting timings. As you saw in the last game, he was just able to... He didn't hit right before Storm, but he was able to take such a sweet engagement that it really didn't matter that Storm wasn't ready yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And he was so freaking patient, man. Those Banes just hung out behind the battle for like a good 30 seconds. Yeah.
His Banelings were in a separate hotkey, so he was able
was
to
that a
keep pulling
personal
those
dig,
back.
huh? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it was not.
Why are you coming at me, dude? No, I know. I'm just messing
Listen,
around.
true. The SC2 player from Korea, F2s his army. He's
Yeah.
a pro player, F2s.
Yeah, I mean, no regret too. So,
Mm.
but no, I'm just fucking around, guys. I use F2 if
alone
you're not
does
in on the
not make
joke.
you
So
a bad player. They don't F2 all the time, obviously. They know when they can and can't F2 safely.
yeah. Well, yeah. See, that's the difference. Is they actually use hotkeys in conjunction with their F2, and that's where I'm messing up. But whatever. It's not about me. It's about fear and how he's gonna deal with this aggression.
He's going to be taking a fast third.
Jesus.
All right. That's
Look
a
at the balls
greedy
on this
third.
guy.
Oh my goodness.
Do you think he has a
There's already
special
links looking
gaming
across
chair
the
to
map.
accommodate
He's done.
those?
I don't know, man. I guess.
Yeah. It's like I got that Need for Speed Massive Huevos edition, dude. Got big indentations for my third base balls. So yeah, I mean, the worst part about it is that PandaBearMe is actually going to scout this, so he's going to start putting on the pressure, I'd imagine. Because there's that pylon down there, he can pylon overcharge, and that'll help out a little bit, and maybe he can get this third base up and rolling, dude. I'm not questioning it. I just thought it was interesting that he took it, like, blind, you know, in the face of his opponent, so.
Oh, yeah. His opener, though, allows him to get away with this. If you look at the Stargate coming out, he just made an Oracle, and if the Lings decided they wanted to try to cancel that expansion, he just leaves the Oracle at home and uses it to snipe the Lings.
Yeah.
So basically, because he's getting a faster Oracle, he's able to play a little bit greedier.
F2 button is the only button on my keyboard. Nice, man. Z and F2 are like
I didn't know
completely
Manila
worn.
could play Protoss, Captain.
Nice meme, dude. I appreciate that one. That was good. So yeah, let's
There are
take a
too
look.
many Protoss I know that literally just F2 a click.
It happens, man. Alright, so another Phoenix coming out too. That's probably just as we saw last game. You're trying to get out there and snipe all the Overlords more than do anything else. Trying to get aggression done with this Oracle over here, but PandaBearMe turned all of the drones into spores, so that was pretty nice, man.
How much health is that Oracle on? He's like probably 3 or 4.
Oh,
We're
shit.
so close to dead. 7.
Yeah.
He was literally a hit from death.
Dude's like on fire, missing half a wing, like flying in a spiral on the way to the
I
runway
got
and
this,
shit. Yeah, like
guys.
they're playing alarms, have fire trucks already out on the runway for his ass. We went pretty deep on that. I'm sorry, guys, but he was hurting. So the one thing though is Fear got away with that third base, dude. Like he didn't take an insane worker lead, but he did pull ahead because of that. So as long as he can just hold on here and get some good tech rolling, he'll be looking okay. But I'm not quite sure what that's gonna be yet.
Well, so far the only tech we really have out of Fear is just the robotics for Immortals and +1 with Twilight Cancel just starting. So it's going to be a good while before he's ready to push across the map, which means PandaBearMe should be able to play rather greedily, I reckon. He's got 2 Adepts on the other side of the map, and he's going to be able to pick up a couple. Queens aren't going to let him get very much done. They're going to shade try to get to the natural base, maybe pick up a couple more drones there.
Yeah.
But more or less, they're looking for scouting information.
Yeah, and on the other side of the map, the same thing just happened. An Overlord flew into this here Phoenix, and it got killed. But because I'm Funko, I was watching the mini-map, so I couldn't show it to you guys, but we can relive it through my narration. No, I'm just fucking around. But he was trying to get in there and find out a little bit of information, and it was denied. So that's all I wanted to point out there. Let's see. Behind this, what's going on here? Charge. Okay. Charge lots are pretty...
So it's just another very standard charge lot Immortal Archon style, I would imagine. He's going to get the drone. He's trying to take a 4th base. Excellent denial.
Yeah, that was pretty slick. He just happened to fly right over it.
Main base. Evolates the main base to get a full scout on what's going on. He's going to see the Evo Chamber wiggling. He's going to see the Hydralisk Den still wiggling, so he knows he has a little bit of time before any attack can come out across the map. Templar Archives. He's making 2 Templar Archives.
2.
Fear. Fear, what are you doing?
He's pulling a turd zerber, man. Sometimes these things happen. That's why I never give anyone shit for doing it, because sometimes you just throw down 2 or 3 of a building, man. You look down, you're like, wait, a roach warren in every base? That means I can just lose one and it won't matter. No, I'm just kidding. But
I can confess, I have built 4 forges in a game before.
It happens. Sometimes
Because I planned a double forge and then I accidentally got made with a double forge again and it doesn't work, and it's like, well, that was a good thing. He's gonna go back, just click start storm in a minute, and probably facepalm himself.
Yeah. All right.
Because
so
Templar Archives are not cheap.
each player is trying to scout the other and figure out how they're going to decide to break into this. We do have Storm coming down for Fear again. It worked out pretty well last time. If he could have just got it out a little earlier, I think it might have helped out a bit more. So it's good to see that he's going for that again. And on PandaBearMe side of things, let's see. He's getting Baneling speed as well and starting to tech up. So
+2 melee
though,
that,
yeah, like
It means he's going to be more of a Ling Bane. It's a Ling Bane Hydra style still.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not getting ranged with the melee. But +2 melee is going to allow him to drop Banelings on workers later. And it's going to one-shot probes.
Okay. The Chosen One in L, thank you very much for the follow. We appreciate that. So, these Lings are revelated, but they're still going to head across the map. As I said, both players just kind of trying to scout each other and figure out what the hell's going on.
Here comes where this +2 upgrade comes in. He wants to run those straight in. Actually, if Fear's not paying attention, these Banelings can crush the High Templar.
Yeah, that would be pretty nice, man. We'll have to see if he's able to get in there, but this is a lot of Banes coming in.
A lot of Banelings.
He's going to hit at the front and at the third at the same time. Well, at the fourth and the third, I guess, is how you'd say this. So
fourth, third, the main, he's literally setting up
a 3-prong.
Multi-prongs everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I guess he is just going for one place. Here we go. Banelings going into the third base.
Damn, that was a little bit of a...
Banelings smashing in. Probes have to come off the line.
Oh, I didn't see how many went down. Because of the game heart. Okay. Chris Starcraft,
thanks. This is going to be forfeit. It looks like it's going to be very difficult for Fear to hold on to this, but he's pulling his army. He wants to try. But force fields come down just in time to prevent the Banelings from making a connection. But the
but they're not going to save that.
Take down this fourth base.
Yeah.
More or less uncontested.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play there. Just getting in there and trying to stop the Seacon from spiraling out of control. And as well played from Fear, too, to know that he couldn't necessarily punch into that. So I think both players kind of played that pretty good. Fear could have taken that fight and lost a lot of units there, but he was patient, knew that he had to just sacrifice the base, and I think that was definitely the correct decision here. Again, we have this multi-prong aggression coming in where PBM is just sending up a bunch of Lings into the third, or yeah, I guess it's the third, and attacking over here at where the fourth used to be too. But we have Storms this time around.
One of the HTs were focused by the Hydras. Very good play so far. Going to be trying to run Banelings, and he actually makes contact with some of the High Templars, taking down 2 or 3 that were ready with Storms. Here goes another one in the front line, goes down from a Baneling, splashing it into a Zealot. So just very much chipping away at Fear's army is PandaBearMe.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is at this point. Contain and trade, right? Like, as long as you can do those two things, you should be okay here. If you can just kind of drag out the game. He's even going to take unnecessary losses here just because he wants to make sure when that, what's going on with that main army and everything. So that was a bit unfortunate, but...
Use this opportunity to rotate around to the main base. He's going to get into the
he
main
got
base.
in.
There's nothing in the wall. He's going to go straight to the main. He's going to be able to camp production, to be able to take down some very expensive tech buildings, possibly.
Yeah,
Plus 2 Lings are no joke.
Yeah, he's playing like a monster right now, dude. So there is an Oracle to kind of deal with this, but there's so many Lings here. As you said, he just gets to camp the production and just kind of have his way with it here. Okay, he is actually going to go in and start heading on those probes, but the reinforcements should shut this shit down, so let's go check out this fight over here. Fear just uses weapons. Yeah, that's the problem. Is I think if this third falls, that's almost game at this point, right? But he should have enough.
It really
to deal
is.
with
The main
this.
base is more or less mined out.
Yeah, but the Storms, right? Like because of this kind of choky map or however you want to call it.
Bacon.
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward to push into this, man.
Creep spread for PandaBearMe is phenomenal. It's already outside his opponent's natural.
Mine looks about the same, but at like 40 minutes into the game, dude. Not fucking 11 minutes. That's insane, dude. He's already touching his fourth, though. Seriously, like, that's pretty impressive, dude. So if he can just get this around here or a multi-prong, he'll do a lot of damage, but trying to go into these Storms is going to spell trouble for him. Here we go. Oh, the Lings. Okay, so those could have went, those could have went a little worse.
I don't think there's enough Storms. Hydralist focus firing the Templar again, takes down one that's already used its Storm. But we still have 3 available.
Yeah.
Mothership on the way, going to make it very difficult for these Lings, for the Lingbane Hydra army to engage into this. Tempest production of all things. Now, I don't know about Tempests.
Holy shit.
I'm not sure that was a misclick or not.
The Mothership, though, too, man. Mothership and Tempest.
No, the Mothership is intentional automatically, but it's just because he wants to go into the cloaking ability to prevent the unbiased.
I'm just saying, I didn't think it would get to this, dude. Right? Like, the last time I casted a game that had a Mothership in it, like, Jesus, dude, this is pretty ridiculous. Right? Especially off of 3. Well, I guess he has his 4th up now, but still, man. This is going to be pretty crazy. We have the Greater Spire coming up as well on the Zerg side of things, too. So we need to keep an eye on that.
Oh, so that's why. He's already anticipating a Broodlord transition. So he's just trying to preempt it. Yeah. Most of my games don't go into Broodlords. It's like either I die before they get there or he dies before they get there.
Yeah. No, I make Tempest all the time, dude. That's like my unit of choice. No, All right, so we'll have to see, man. I'd imagine he's just trying to do the same thing, you know, contain and take good trades. I hate to use the same phrase, but that's kind of the whole point here. He knows he's ahead in bases, workers, pretty much everything here. He just needs to kind of make sure that this doesn't spiral out of control. Here's the issue, though, is now that their storms hit this is such a crazy-ass composition, dude.
Yeah, it's basically a transition into more or less anti-Broodlord.
Yeah.
But this mothership is going to prevent the ground army from engaging without the overseers, which are morphing now. But you know, so are 6 Broodlords, and there's only 2 Tempests.
Yeah,
so it's going to make
true.
a very difficult situation to deal with. But there are going to be storms, so the ground army is not going to be able to just run free. But because there are already Broodlords on the map, it's going to be very difficult for View to hold this 4th base, even as probes start going down immediately.
All right, so PandaBearMe is trying to poke into this. A lot of the units are getting cleaned up here in the beginning. A lot of the Banes didn't even find any damage, and because of these storms, it's really awkward for him to even try to push into this. The Mothership Core is going to make it really hard to pick off the storms either, so that's not going to happen. But as you said, man, there's nothing really to do with these brutes, so they're just kind of having their way here. He's slowly kind of pecking away at them, but they're just dying.
And it's not even really anti-air,
yeah.
So he can't take down the overseers that are granting vision on this army.
Damn, dude, he's actually starting to clean this up, though. It wasn't necessarily the one-sided fight that I thought it was going to be. I think he'll fall in the end here, but he's hanging on. As you said,
yeah,
there just wasn't enough to deal with the brutes, right? Like,
yeah, it's just he needed something. Even if he just had stalkers to shoot up, that would have been amazing, because if he takes down the overseers, suddenly this army is worthless, and he just has to either retreat or he just straight up kills it. We do have some icons, though. They're able to start shooting up. The Lynx are taking those down very quickly.
Yeah, but he's starting to tie up the supply here. This is such an interesting game for me, man. I think he's going to be able to do it, but he held on there a lot more than I thought he'd be able to do so. Now that there's some AA to help take down those Tempests, I think that's the beginning of the end, man. Now that they're all starting to fall, he sends in a bunch of Hydras. GG is called. PandaBearMe will take game number 2 and advance.